Right, I'm going to check, see if it works.
Okay, I'm just going to wait for everybody to get in here. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, let's see. Let's see how many people we can get in here. This is going to be a pretty advanced episode because, whoa, Alex Becker, calm down. Don't sell me everything. Hey guys, can you hear me fine? See, we got a few people coming in here. What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
See it.
Can you hear me, Jack?
I'm not going to hear you on the actual thing.
Okay.
Good, but I think everyone's going to tell us if we're sounding right.
All right, so let's go ahead and start. Monster is a relative term. To a canary, a cat is a monster. We're just used to being the cat.
Can I just mention something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was watching your Trespasser live streams, and I was like, you were trying to write in like the save part thing, and I was going, "Mummy's very angry. Mummy's very angry. Mummy's very angry," and then you wrote it in. And I was like, "Yes, it fits."
I've got so many different like ideas. I want to do apple turnover or not an apple turnover, and then later on, what did I?
No onions on mine.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. You didn't say the magic word, Dennis Nedry. Okay, guys, before we do anything, I want to show you how far I've come on the park. So check it out. This is my Spinosaurus that I captured. He's doing pretty good, or she, or whatever it is. But basically, look, I've come a long way. I know how to manage the park now. This is the Stegosaur and Gallimimus paddock. There we go. There they are. They're
Just so you know, the stream is coming through really well.
Okay, excellent. Perfect.
Yeah, it's good quality.
This is a paddock for a big boy that we're about to release very, very soon. Oh, we got a dead dinosaur. We'll take care of that in a second. Here's Edmontosaurs and Triceratops. Let's see who died. Let's check it out. Go over here to my Brachiosaur and Parasaurolophus paddock. This is other paddocks. Oh, a Dilo died. So let's go ahead and take care of him. I've got Dilos sitting alongside.
You got run over.
I've got the Dilos with the Ceratosaurs. Check out this green Ceratosaur, by the way. Looks awesome.
Is that the jungle scheme?
I don't know. Let's see. Does it say? Genetic wetland pattern.
Oh, wetlands, yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome though. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and release one thing that you have to have in any Jurassic Park.
Merry Christmas, Country Rex, and everyone else who's wishing us
Oh, look
Merry
at that.
Christmas.
Look at that color scheme. It's like the Lost World.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
I was just being quiet to admire it.
Okay, so that's the first dinosaur that we've got released. It does look a lot like the Lost World. So...
Yeah, they knew what they were doing when they were designing that
yeah,
one.
he just needs a couple of scars right there. Now I'm gonna make sure that I've got everything primed and ready. Let's see, do we need a ranger team out here to fill anybody's feeders? Yep, that one right there.
Feeder supplies inbound.
Alright, so... Oh, and there's the other one.
Keep in mind, like, I'm watching your stream back, and I'm a few minutes behind you.
A few minutes?
Oh, not minutes. I'm about like 30 seconds behind where you are. Sorry.
We got another dead dinosaur. Who died? Who died? Who died? Probably a galley. Is it a galley? Nope, it's not a galley. It was an Edmontosaur. That sucks.
Big thanks to a Rocky Dilo to claim.
Hey, thanks, a Rocky Dino. I really appreciate that.
It's a great name.
So we've got some iguanodons here as well. This is gonna be fun, guys. I've got like everything you could possibly imagine coming your way.
Oh, you got the iguanodon, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got lots of iguanodons. Do you guys?
I'm so happy they've added that to the game because it's such a nice, mix up to have a herbivore.
Oh yeah, and it's a popular herbivore too. Guys, tell me, should we release the Giga first or the Carcharodontosaurus first? I would love to hear which one you want to come out.
My vote's for Carcharodontosaurus.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Carcharodontosaurus too. Let's see what they say.
Montgomery says, "Why no Waluigi in Jurassic World Evolution?"
It has to happen.
Wow, 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 wow.
Okay, most people are saying Giga. We'll do Car next, probably, but
Giga,
let's
Giga,
go
Giga.
ahead and release. This is my first time seeing this thing in action, so let's check him out. Oh, wow. It's a pretty cool roar, too.
Up to a point, there are evolutionary advantages to size, and this Giganotosaurus pushes the limits.
Definitely looks
We're gonna have our
impressive.
hands full
You
with
just got
this
2 more tips. You got one from the BigDanFTW, and you got Ivan Ortega, $5, says, "I discovered you can have 2 Apatosauruses and 2 Spinosauruses on the same place, and they live in harmony."
What? No way. Ivan was telling me something about that earlier. We should compare our parks together. Thanks for that, Ivan, and also thanks to the BG Gamer Source. I really appreciate that.
So I'll manage your chat for you, by the way. So I'll keep an eye on it so you can.
Thanks. I want to check out other people's games too.
Hmm.
Like I said, I saw Tony playing last night. I wanted to watch his gameplay, but unfortunately, I was busy Christmas shopping for like 12 hours because I procrastinated.
Have you managed to get it all done?
No, but most of it's done. I swear it is. So what I'm going to do is trank this Giga and put him over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and unleash. I've got a lot of dinosaurs here, guys. So should I unleash Carcharodontosaurus next, or should I go with Carnotaurus, Majungasaurus? There's going to be a lot.
Carcharodontosaurus.
Carcharodontosaurus.
Release the Carcharodontosaurus.
Let's
A
see.
true Jurassic native. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, well, it's not.
Taking this one to the bank.
BGamerSource says, Pteranodon 3000, the professional chat moderator.
Yes.
Well, I do my best. Yeah, Michael Pierce.
Let's see.
He says, really enjoying your Trespasser playthrough, Clayton.
Oh, thanks. It's really interesting, man, because playing it in, modern day is very different to what it was back in the 90s. It's really strange, actually. That game had to be really bad when it first came out, but now I swear to God, it's like, it's really fascinating, actually.
Oh man, I just remember how laggy it was when I was playing it. I think I played it on Windows 98. I think that's what I played it on, if I remember
It's
correctly.
probably the most advanced thing you could do at the time. All right, come on.
I
Trank.
probably didn't have the
Giga.
computer settings all set to the proper. So I could have got it to be less laggy, but I was like 8, so I didn't really know what to do.
Asset required.
Yeah, I mean, well, the crazy thing about Trespasser is, like, it's really cool, but I don't think they were really able to optimize anything in it. All right, guys, Carcharodontosaurus is being released now. Oh, check that guy out. That is a predator.
Oh, dude, like, I love the design of that thing.
I'd love that in a movie. Make it happen.
It looks so good, and it looks really different to, like, what we've seen before.
Oh, yeah. The colors are just interesting. That white belly with the brown, like...
Carcharodontosaurus was a
Neurotic
fierce
Game
predator,
says, I wish they could add
possessing great
Compsognathus
strength
into the game.
and
I agree.
almost as
Me
large
too.
as
100%.
Me
T-Rex.
too.
And they shouldn't
Pteranodon.
have
A
a...
much desired attraction
Well,
for our
Pteranodon and
users.
Mosasaurus are things like I think they're... I'd be surprised if they don't come in the future. I have no idea what they're doing, by the way. But I'd be surprised if they don't do something like that.
Yeah, they need to, in my opinion.
Yeah. But that would be like a whole expansion thing, I reckon. That's the cool thing about, like, about where I work in the whole scheme of things with Jurassic, is like I don't know what they're doing, like in things like this and Mattel.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's still a surprise for me.
This guy's looking awesome. Oh, and you can actually see that he's got some kind of quill-like protrusions coming out of his neck. That's interesting. Yeah,
It just looks like sleek and like a bullet, but a dinosaur.
yeah, it looks like it could really blend in well with any sort of environment it's in. So I would like to like hear from you guys if you have played Trespasser before, or if you haven't, and what you think so far of my stream, or not stream, my playthrough of it. Now he's fallen asleep, so we're gonna shoot him to knock him out. It's kind of messed up.
Shoot her!
They're gonna get you. Nuff Wan says that they should add Therizinosaurus. I completely agree. Therizinosaurus should have been a part of the movies, I think, a long time ago. By the way, it made an appearance in the Lost World Jurassic Park video game for the Game Gear that not many people know about. Where, like, they depicted the InGen Therizinosaurus, like, digs underground with its claws. Like a graboid or something.
What, like, fully underground?
Yeah, fully underground. It's pretty cool.
Kind of in John Sayles' Jurassic Park 4 script.
Yeah, the trapdoor spiders. Trapdoor spider type raptors, yeah. Okay, so we're going to put the car, I'm thinking right here.
The car.
Eddie Car got killed by a dinosaur.
The Carl.
En route to top up feeder.
Carlosaurus.
Let's check on the Rex real quick. I love those colors, man. Check that out.
Yeah, they really nailed the T-Rex in this game.
Yeah, they really did. I'll tell you what else they nailed. The Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus is awesome in this game.
Well, it's debatable whether they actually enhanced the Spinosaurus, because it looks slightly different.
Yeah, it does look a tiny bit. It looks great, though.
Yeah, really good.
I really want them to bring it back in future stories, or at least have spin-offs where you could actually talk about it, like its creation and everything. That'd be very, very interesting. So now that they're...
My lips are sealed.
Well, I got that. I'm just letting you know. Okay, guys. Carnotaurus, Allosaurus, or Suchomimus? Which one's going to be next? Let's see.
I know which one I want. I'll leave it up to the chat.
All right, guys. We could go Allo or Carno. Sucho would be interesting, though, too.
Do you know, I was watching the Gaming Beaver play this, and he was pointing out how OP the Allosaurus is. Like, the Allosaurus, if you look at his stats, is stronger than the T-Rex.
Yeah, I saw his video recently where the Allosaurus actually beat the T-Rex. Okay, we're getting...
Oh, God, that video, is that the one where he was doing that, like, whole...
It was the war thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's so good.
Okay, it looks like it's time to release the Suchomimus, and let's go ahead and do that.
Michael Thumb says the Spinosaurus's midriff or midsection is different to the Jurassic Park 3 film version. And also, hi, Michael.
What's up, Mike?
The Suchomimus. Love that thing.
This is the crocodile mimic, or Suchomimus, a large meat eater. Everything about this dinosaur says keep your distance.
It looks like if a T-Rex bit the Suchomimus on the front of its mouth, it would just crush its whole skull.
Oh, it'd kill it,
yeah.
Look at him sneak up on this goat. Ooh. I was about to say, how are they going to make him swallow that? That's a pretty cool looking dinosaur for sure. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and trank him.
Adding to the list.
And what died? Everything is dying.
Have you got an illness or anything?
No. They're just... Uh-oh, another Edmontosaur died. Okay, so let's trank our final Edmontosaur. And then we'll start releasing iguanodons after we're done with all these carnivores that we've got right here. Let's make sure that we've got everything under control. You know what's so cool about them adding iguanodon is just the fact that it's like... It's getting more attention than I think it's gotten since Disney's Dinosaur. Uh-oh, we've got a tropical storm coming.
The thing is, and also the iguanodon is like... kind of a unique herbivore, and in this game it can fight back, and I think I agree with a lot of the fan base who play this. Like the herbivores need more of a fighting chance.
Oh yeah, I agree with you, because they get murdered by... Well, here's what they did. It was cool that they made the herbivores actually kill park guests, by like trampling them and stuff.
Yeah,
But they're
yeah.
almost ineffective towards carnivores. Like, I'd like to see a Parasaurolophus, like, turn around and slap a T-Rex that's coming after it with its tail or something. You know, some sort of effort to not die would be pretty interesting.
George Herwig says they should add fish feeders or something for the Spinosaurids.
Yeah, I agree completely. That's one thing that I mean, I realize it would be difficult to implement so many different things for different dinosaurs in this game, but I truly believe if you want to do this game as great as you possibly could, you need stuff like acknowledging the, you know, fish-eating behavior of the Spinosaurus and other things like that.
Yeah.
So
Michael Pierce, thank you. He says, by the way, Jack, happy birthday for tomorrow.
Oh, it's your birthday
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Michael.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who's got a disease?
My last day of being in my 20s today.
Oh, I've got a couple more
Going
years
into the
left.
30s.
Let's see. Trank, or what is it called? Medicate. Medicate him. No, go away. I maxed out everything. You're not in control of my park. All right, so actually, one thing we do need to do is check on these guys and see if are they happy? Yeah, they seem to be happy. I'm thinking a good idea would actually be, fence broken. What broke a fence? Oh, no. Okay, Carcharodontosaurus is the first one to act up. So we'll have to learn what was wrong with. He probably wanted more trees. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him that while they're chasing him down. And then I think next is going to be Carno that we put in.
Fish Fire says, happy 30th, thanks man. And Harry Musprat says, Jack, your birthday is Christmas Eve. That's my birthday too. Well, happy birthday, Harry
Happy
Musprat.
birthday! Alright, so we're gonna trank this guy. Hurry up, trank him, boys. Don't let him kill any park guests. Lady, run! Oh, you got lucky. Really lucky. We're gonna find out what's wrong with him in a second, but let's go ahead and drop him back off.
While they're transporting him, you can like put trees and stuff, like try and fix it before he even gets back.
Yeah, I got.
So then he doesn't just go straight to the fence and repeats what he's just done.
Yeah, it says they're repairing fence, but where are they? Oh, there they are. Come on, boys. Get with the program.
Urgent message from Dr. Grant.
Okay, let's go ahead and check on the Suchomimus while we're doing this. Let's see.
Hello.
Let's see. Where is it? Oh, that's right.
Urgent message from Dr. Sadler. What do we do here?
Looking for water. It's right there, buddy. All right. Carnotaurus.
Carno.
Ooh. Those are some really pronounced horns.
This carnivore, the Carnotaurus, was first discovered in Argentina. The name means meat-eating bull. As if a regular bull wasn't bad enough.
Oh, he's gonna eat something. He's gonna eat it. Oh!
You can't get the two different designs from Fallen Kingdom, right?
I don't know.
Unless there's like a skin patch that you can get the black one.
You should be able to get the demon Carnotaurus from the movie. I would imagine. Maybe if they didn't add that.
Is that the one from the Lost World?
No. The one that I just had.
Yeah, the one you just released was like the one
That's
was
the one,
based on
like
coloration from
the Lost World toy. Yeah. Comfort
Yeah.
is low because something. I don't understand.
Is it a social? No. Social.
It's going up now while he's attacking the fence for some reason. He's got food, he's got water. Maybe I should give him a little more forest. What's wrong with this guy?
Michael Thumb says, so who had the better Carnosaurus? Oh, not Carnotaurus. Fallen Kingdom or Disney's Dinosaur?
Fallen Kingdom or what?
Disney's Dinosaur.
Oh, Fallen Kingdom by far.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. To me, I mean, I like Disney's Dinosaur, but Fallen Kingdom's Carnotaurus was.
I'll say this: Fallen Kingdom gave us 2 different variants of Carnotaurus.
Yeah.
Disney's Dinosaur gave us 2 of the same design, but just one was a slightly bigger.
Yeah, and I mean, Disney's Carnotaurus is like, I'm not one to be really nitpicky about like how accurate the animals are, but Disney's Carnotaurus was basically a T-Rex when you get down to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't like it or anything, because that's not true. But I mean, jeez, the Carnotaurus from Fallen Kingdom was like,
That's
it's
so
one of
cool.
my favorite designed dinosaurs out of the entire series.
Question though, but do you prefer the one at the end or the one you see at the beginning?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe the one at the end. I
Then
mean,
that's the one I prefer.
they're
Even
both-
though you like, I prefer the scene that has the one in it at the beginning, or sort of towards, I say the beginning. It's like sort of midway through the film. Like the one at the end design is just so awesome.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'll be finally getting Fallen Kingdom on Blu-ray in the next couple of days. I don't know if it's tomorrow for my birthday. I don't know if it's for Christmas. That's down to my wife. But finally, I'll own it. I haven't seen it since the cinema. I'm like, I'm dying.
It's been a
to see
while.
it.
It's been a while. I'm really looking forward to watching it again, along with Jurassic Park, Lost World, JP3, and J World. I've never like gone all through them and like found out, you know, how I feel about them as a unit and not just individual movies.
Oh man, if we ever get the chance to like
Watch
do
them
that
together.
together,
That'd be pretty cool.
I'll be game.
Especially commentary or something. All right, so
I need to do a commentary for Fallen Kingdom on the channel. I've done all the other films. But...
oh yeah, you should get on it then when you finally get it.
yeah, that's what I was gonna do in the new year.
All right, so coming up next, Allosaurus.
The Ballad of Big Al.
Look at this now! Oh my God, that's a way cooler looking dinosaur than the one in the movie.
It's an adult.
Yeah, but
It's fully grown.
Well, here's what concerns me about your latest dinosaur, the Allosaurus. That it's an apex predator? No. That it can bring down...
They've made
animals twice in
it
size?
so
Also no.
slick in the game.
Instead,
Oh,
my
yeah.
problem...
And you know that there is I
Is
think
that,
Gaming View
unlike
pointed
the
out, there is
T-Rex,
a skin type that it looks
Velociraptor,
like the one from
the
Bloomin' Walk the
Allosaurus
Dinosaurs.
seems
yeah, I saw him point that out.
it's chaos locking in on a solution, creating efficiencies, and that makes me nervous.
That to
You're-
me, what?
No, go on.
To me, my least favorite dinosaur design in the entire franchise is the Allosaurus from Fallen Kingdom, the juvenile. But that right there, that is awesome. Like, okay, stop. I completed everything, lady. You don't get to... Jeez. All right, we're going to trank him, and then we'll go on about everything. Let me check on that car, because he was going crazy a second ago. What's going on, dude? You're much better now. Jeez. How about that?
Neurotic Game says regular Blu-ray. True Jurassic fans spare no expense and buy the 4K Blu-ray. I'll have you know I'm getting the 4K Blu-ray. It's just it's the 4K with a normal Blu-ray and the DVD included. It's the HMV exclusive one that just has the logo on the front, like it's black with just the Fallen Kingdom logo.
That's probably the best way to get it. I'm
I'm a purist.
Yeah.
I love the logos.
I'm not the biggest fan of the one that I currently have, like the way the stuff looks.
They're like,
Yeah. All right, guys. So here is a few different skin variants on Iguanodon. Let's check out how they look.
Michael Tharm says, this Allosaurus or the Walking with Dinosaurs Allosaurus? I'm going with the Fallen this one. The
Yeah.
one in the game.
Check out Iguanodon.
That's so cool.
Here we have the Iguanodon.
It kind of walks like a
Famous for its
gorilla.
thumb spikes.
Yeah, it does. I've
It's
noticed that.
funny because the thumb bone was originally placed on the reconstructed skeleton's nose.
We've come so far in dinosaur reconstruction, it's ridiculous. This guy looks like a sloth.
And even Dinosaur games, I mean, look at what you're just playing. Like, how
Oh, yeah.
insane. Like, think of the animation of this game, and then think to back when you were first watching the original Jurassic Park, seeing that CGI in the film. This game is, like, not too far off, like, what at least the original, film was.
Impressive. Certainly more impressive than Lost World for Sega Genesis. Whoa, look at this white one.
It's certainly better than the Sega Genesis game.
Look at this white, like Gandalf Shadowfax iguanodon that we've got going on. The albino iguanodon.
You never told me it was white.
That's awesome. I never knew I wanted to see that. Alright, so we've got a couple more. I don't know what color this one is. Let's see. Oh, wow. That looks like a skin from Walking with Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now.
That looks pretty awesome, too. Now, I think I created plenty. So let's go ahead and get rid... I think this last one is just the base genome iguanodon. Yeah, he's just the normal brown. They're pretty cool animals, though. I love how they pick up, like, food with their hands and eat it.
Yeah, man. That's like part of the animation. That's why I like this, like, introduction of this dinosaur to this game.
We gotta name one of these Aladar. And,
and then just drop it in the Carno paddock and see what happens.
What was it? Aladar and Nira, I think?
I can't remember.
Oh, come on.
I own the film. I can't remember what it was.
Alright, this guy's about to get agitated, so we better get rid of his grass, or his forest. There you go, buddy. Uh-oh. He's not gonna be happy for too much longer. Can I expand his paddock? Ooh, no, I cannot. Maybe if I... Nah, he's not gonna like this. I'm gonna have to put him in a different paddock, I think. Luckily, I've got quite a few.
Adding task.
You add that task, Ranger. Okay, so we've got all the carnivores out and all the iguanodons, but we also have this guy. Check this dude out. Thing's huge. It's got like a really strange skull compared to the other dinosaurs in the game.
Yeah, it looks more like stylized, a little bit cartoony in a sense, but not. I wouldn't say necessarily in a negative way, but it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It looks a little bit more like dopey.
The mighty Dreadnoughtus was one of the largest terrestrial creatures to have ever lived. While it's known as the Fears Nothing dinosaur, I would still keep it away from the Indominus Rex.
Oh, I saw in the Gaming Beavers video where that thing just got destroyed by the Indominus Rex.
So good.
Yeah, the Indominus is not one to be...
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of one of those, what are they called? They're like giant guinea pigs that live in water.
Capybaras.
Capybara, that's what it looks like in the face, yeah.
It does, doesn't it? And it even has a similar skin color.
And that's funny because, like, you know, you look at a capybara, that's a real animal, and even then I'd say it has a cartoony face.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, let's... Alright, so they're busy doing their thing. Let's check up on that Carno real quick. Whoa.
Make 2 Carnos and then drop Aladar in there.
I'm gonna go ahead and move him to...
You're nearly at 4 stars already though, dude.
Yeah, I got pretty close to 5, but it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. I don't want to drop him in any other paddock where he'll get killed. I'll just put him in the other small paddock. I'm gonna have to do that. He's gonna hate that too, though. So, unfortunately, Carnotaurus, you are causing me the most problems. Now, what I'm actually going to do is...
Your Jurassic Room.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Jurassic Room? I'm probably going to go ahead and clone a Majungasaurus as well. Why did I tranquilize this guy?
LPTV says, I think the issue when designing dinosaurs for Jurassic Park is to make each one unique and not too far from scientific viewpoint, since most of evolution varies from little differences to big ones.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. But that's the genius also of the Jurassic franchises, because they've been genetically engineered. They can sort of
they
design
can,
them to be their sort of own thing.
Luckily, they can get away with something like that, and they've even, kind of used it for plot purposes as far as Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World have gone. They've even done that with the really old comics. But
well, one would argue they did it with the Dilophosaurus in the first film as well.
They did it with quite a few dinosaurs back in the first two movies.
Yeah.
I mean, Dilophosaurus being the most recognizable. I mean, they changed a lot with Dilophosaurus. Even with, I'm thinking back now, because the Lost World Jurassic Park is actually my favorite for dinosaur designs. It's got my favorite T-Rex design. It's got my favorite Velociraptor designs by far. It's also got my favorite... Hold on. Triceratops. There we go.
Shape just donated $5. Says, Merry Christmas, Clayton. Thank you for this awesome channel. Keep helping life find a way.
Hey, thanks, Shape. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all the things that you guys do to support me, honestly. It means the world, especially right now around Christmas. It's been...
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Speaking about Christmas, I watched Home Alone 1 and 2 yesterday, and I like them both still, but they have not held up the way I thought they would.
Home Alone 1 is... I learn something about that movie every year I watch it. Home Alone 2 I watched, and I was like, this is not as good as I remember it.
Yeah, well, see, I love both of them. I've never seen anything past that. I think I tried to watch Home Alone 4 like a long time ago because I had Kevin McAllister. But look, man,
I'm trying to dissect, and I don't know if I'm overthinking this. I'm trying to dissect in the first Home Alone the whole like Jesus metaphor.
Jesus metaphor. I don't remember.
Yeah, with what's his face, the old man with the spade. Because he
Benjamin Lockwood, the guy that was shot.
no. What's his face? Old man. What's the character's name in Home Alone? The old man with who salts the thing, and they're saying like he killed.
He was the murderer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So like, I can't remember his name, but he has the he has this bandage on his hand.
Yeah,
like,
I remember. Oh, I get where you're going with this.
And you can see that like it's gone straight through,
yeah.
And they make a point of the shot of it being slammed on the thing, and then right at the end of the film, which is like a day later, he holds his hands up and he's completely healed. And it's like there's something there, but I haven't been able to figure out all the pieces yet.
Well, he does go to the church, you know.
He goes to the church.
Yeah. That
makes
was my
amends
favorite
with-
part of revisiting it, though, was at the end where Kevin looks out and sees the old man, like...
Well, he talks about like going to say sorry to his son and all this sort of stuff, and I'm like, is this something to do with Jesus?
God and Jesus. That's interesting. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, there's a few others as well. I know there's a few really like deep dive dissections of Home Alone.
That is
in
one
terms of that stuff
terrified
online.
goat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Of course, there's a dead goat right next to it.
Yeah. All right, let's...
Fraser Kemp just donated $5 or £5 and says, I wish both Clayton, Jack, and everyone, their families in the chat's family, a wonderful Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas, man. Thanks for that. Really
Merry
appreciate
Christmas.
it.
Fraser Kemp.
This guy.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salad and scrambled eggs.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh my. And the Retro Gamer donates $2, says, you should play Jurassic Park Danger Zone. Danger Zone.
Oh, jeez.
Danger Zone.
Maybe. You never know. Jurassic Park. I had that game back in the day, and let me tell you, it was the weirdest thing I think I've ever played in my life.
Is that the one with like the knockoff Mega Man thing on the front, or whatever it is?
Knockoff Mega
Oh
Man.
no, that's Dino Defender, isn't it?
Yeah, that's... I never would have connected Mega Man to the Dino Defender guy.
It's Mega Man or it's
I know
Halo guy. So it's like a rip-off or something.
I know what you're talking about. I actually liked Dino Defender. Danger Zone's okay. Oh, look at those people like...
No, I've never played it either.
Oh, you gotta play Dino Defender, man. Especially with you, with your show Dino Defenders Extreme, which we should probably talk about real quick. Jack is in the middle of doing a television series style show. I'll go ahead and let you explain, actually.
Oh man. Oh wait, before we do that, Rye Tesla donates $100.
Whoa!
Says, I have watched you for about a year now, and I love all the videos that you do. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Here is a little something you can use to treat yourself and friends this Christmas. There you go, man.
Wow, dude, thank you for that. That's crazy. Merry Christmas. To give you a hug or something, but I'm in the digital world. That really means a lot to me. I've been spending like thousands of dollars on my family. You're gonna help me like pay rent.
Amazing.
Oh, seriously, thank you for that, and I'm glad that you've enjoyed the videos for so long. Merry Christmas, man. That means the world.
Amazing.
Jeez.
Look at that Christmas cheer all around.
Yeah. Jeez. Anyways,
I forgot what we were talking about now.
we were going we were discussing Dino Defenders Extreme that Jack's doing, and he's
Oh god, yeah. So I'm working on this. Basically, everyone in the chat, anyone watching, you probably all know this, but there's been like this big hole in sort of the dinosaur market for like a sort of mature animated series for sort of a dinosaur story. So I figured I'd take it upon myself to make a dinosaur series of my own design, which is basically a story about these people going to learn the behavior of cloned dinosaurs in some far off jungle. And yeah, it's something I'm working on myself, but I'm hoping to get like a lot of people behind the project, because I think it's something that is going to truly fill a void, especially for those fans who want something with a little bit more blood and maybe a little bit more adult content compared to like what the Jurassic IP is allowed to sort of do outside of the novels. Jurassic's amazing, and it is like targeted to sort of the younger demographic for the most part. So I'm hoping to sort of hit the sort of fill the void for fans that like want something a little bit more gory, not like gory, but like,
right, yeah. And he's shown me some of the work so far, and the animation looks really good. It's amazing what he's able to accomplish, and I'm excited for it. I've talked about this before, about wanting something a little more adult oriented, because like Fallen Kingdom so far is the only thing that we've technically gotten that I wouldn't call myself a gore hound or anything, but
well, no, there's the I'm definitely showing how dangerous the dinosaurs are.
Leave some work, you might.
Right, yeah, and
let's put it that way.
And I'm happy for that, because that's, I mean, they pulled back a lot in JP3, obviously, because one guy gets killed by a raptor, 2 guys by Spino, and that's pretty much it. And none of the kills.
To the challenge.
Even
That
though
takes commitment.
I know a lot of people liked Udesky's death. For me, the toe, like going into the back, was awesome. But apart from that, I didn't really think it was that cool.
Yeah, it wasn't that like bad. Just quickly, Shape donates $5 and says, just wanted to ask as well, the Hammond memoirs. Just wanted to ask as well, the Hammond memoirs, your thoughts and feelings. I honestly love listening to them all on long audiobook. So basically, you like to listen to the Hammond memoirs. What are your thoughts on it, Clayton?
Well, I love them too, and I again thank you for donating $5, man. It means the world. But yeah, I love the Hammond memoirs. I actually love Trespasser. To me, Trespasser is quickly. I've played ahead far more than what you guys have seen. Preparing for the holidays and everything. Honestly, in my opinion, Trespasser might be one of the best Jurassic Park games we've ever gotten, and Hammond's memoirs are a big part of that. Now, is it perfect? I can't, it's definitely not. But look, I'll be honest with you. I didn't have the game in '98, so I can't, I've never played it at its worst, is what I'm trying to say. And from what I've really, this Carno is just not doing well. But yeah, I mean, really, I love the memoirs, and honestly, I think it would be prime for them to put some of that stuff in either Jurassic World 3 or something new, possibly a Trespasser remake, or possibly some sort of new video game set around Jurassic World. But yeah, I'm a big
Yeah,
fan.
I don't even know if Colin is aware of those. Maybe I'll have to.
Oh, you
Be
definitely
like, hey,
need
Colin,
to tell him.
sitting down and be like, listen to this.
Well, yeah, I mean,
No promises. I can't.
right.
Exactly
Just
like that. But if I do get the chance, of course, I was like, listen to this.
the whole thing about it is just that it's one of the most iconic moments of like that game, and specifically of the Hammond character, for him to actually sit there and talk about his origins with, you know, building Site B and how everything came to be. And I think, look, we were talking
But
about
we definitely like. I listened to the memoirs that Derek Davis put together back in like 2013, and I used to say back in the day that I considered the memoirs canon. Like before I was working on Jurassic and stuff, like I considered that album that he made canon.
Right.
So then when it came to the point where we were working on the actual backstory of Jurassic, I was like, well, I'm gonna pick some of my favorite things from that, because like 7 T-Rexes on sauna and all that sort of stuff. Like, why wouldn't I write that? Because that's just so kick-ass to have 7 T-Rexes on sauna and mention some other things from, from Trespasser in the lore when we came to it, because, you know, it was so well designed in terms of the backstory that, you know, it would be such a shame to just leave it in the dust.
Yeah, and the whole... It's so well done in Trespasser. Like, they paint such a great picture for the reader, or for the reader, for the, you know, player. The problem is that I don't think that they didn't fully know of how to make something like that back then. Like, how to adhere to the certain types of canon.
They were trying to run before they could walk.
Right, and even, like, with how much of it, like, blatantly disregards, you know, what happens in Jurassic Park or what happens in Jurassic Park 2, you know, The Lost World. It's just a shame that a little more time wasn't given to it to, like, iron everything out, because it's pretty awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've said it before, like, it was probably kind of trash back in the day. I don't know, I didn't get to play it, but as of right now, it's pretty awesome. I've also been searching about trying to get some information on the cut levels from Trespasser, because there's cut levels like Pine Valley. Whoa.
Yeah, you need to talk to Derek. He like knows everything about Trespass.
I'll have
everything.
I'll have to hit him up and we'll have a conversation about it, because I really like it, and I want to learn about everything that was cut out of that game, and I'd maybe even be able to like show you, because I saw there's this Pine Valley sort of place, which was a complete level with a geothermal power plant that looks like the Lost World, that looked like the Redwoods to a degree, and it's just a shame that that didn't make it into the, you know, final retail version, but it is what it is.
The Retro Gamer has just donated $2 and says, have you ever watched The Land Before Time?
Well, thank you, Retro Gamer. I really appreciate that. Merry Christmas. And yes, I have seen The Land Before Time. It was one of the first dinosaur movies I saw outside of Jurassic Park.
I've been watching Land Before Time a lot recently, because obviously, you know, working on Dino Defenders, it's like inspired heavily by that kind of animation.
What would you say? Oh no, look who died.
Oh no.
Oh man, that's terrible.
R.I.P. man, R.I.P.
We're gonna have to clone another, don't worry.
Asset collection request received.
But yeah, I've seen the first few Land Before Times, actually. As a kid, I had numbers 1 to 5. By the time 5 came out, I think I was a little too old, to be honest.
I've only seen the first one and maybe like half of the second.
The second one was okay. I can remember a lot from it. But yeah, let's make a different colored Spino. Rainforest pattern, or steppe pattern, or wetland pattern. We'll go for this one. Aw, man. Come on, Ceratosaur. Get with the program. Don't die. Alright, where is the Ceratosaurus? Did I pass him? Oh, there he is. And we've got a storm coming, so this could get pretty crazy. Yeah, honestly, with Trespasser, I really feel like had the game been allowed to be completed, it would have been probably more influential than something like Half-Life.
Yeah.
But can't change the past. You can't go back and give Lost World positive critical reception. We can't go back.
By the way, Michael Pierce, I just want to say thank you for sending me the birthday message on Twitter. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Happy birthday. And Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to all.
Oh, speaking about Fallen Kingdom complaints, right? I want to nip this in the bud, right? I said to you on WhatsApp I was going to complain about this on stream.
Right, yeah.
Right. And I have to play my cards very carefully here because obviously as someone who worked on the film, that like I don't want to come across too biased here. So I'm going to try and do this in a way that like doesn't do that, right? I've heard so many people who don't like Fallen Kingdom, or even if they liked it, they say, "Oh, it's just the Lost World," right? This is totally false. It is totally not the Lost World. If you boil it down, of course you can make the comparisons that it's very similar to the Lost World, you know? Instead of going to fight for the rights of dinosaurs by filming them on the island in their natural habitat, they're going to fight for the rights for dinosaurs by saving them from the volcano, so, you know, because they don't have rights anymore. Anyway, point is that these people who I've seen complaining about this, like stuff, I just don't understand it, because I'm guessing, and this may be where I like fall apart here, but I'm guessing these are the same sort of people who say that they really think Terminator 2 is a good sequel, or that Aliens is a good sequel, even though those films do the exact same thing as the first one. So if you boiled those films down, you could say, well, they're just that film. Good example is Terminator 1 ends in like a factory,
right?
And Terminator 2 ends in a factory.
Yeah.
You know? So is Terminator 2 a remake of Terminator 1? No, of course it's not.
Well, James Cameron went out of his way to say that sometimes, or not, I think was it James Cameron that said this? I've heard a lot of people say that the way to make a sequel that people will actually enjoy is to make it similar to the original. I know for a fact that that's what Roger Ebert said about Rocky 2.
Well, a good sequel basically puts the characters in a similar situation than, but under completely different context.
Right.
That's how a good sequel works. And all the best sequels that people talk about fall into that category. So another example is Aliens and Alien, right?
Yeah, that's
the end.
Yeah,
and
that's
I've said this before. Like the end of Alien has Ripley blow up the ship. She thinks she's killed the alien. She hides. She gets into the escape pod or whatever. She's about to go to sleep, and then the alien makes its appearance. She goes off to a cupboard, gets in a suit, comes out and blasts the alien out of an airlock. Right.
Right.
End of Aliens. They blow the place up on the planet. They think they've killed the alien. They go get in their cryo tubes. Oh, there's an alien on the ship. Ripley runs off to hide in a cupboard. She gets into a bigger suit than the first one. She comes out and she blows it out of an airlock. If you boil the films down, they are the same movie, but you shouldn't boil them down because it's a pointless argument. Because so many people say Aliens is a great sequel, but why do they keep it as a negative? Why do they use that same exact argument against Kingdom, saying, "Oh, it's just the Lost World"? It's like, well, it's not. You're just boiling it down to the point where you're right, but at the same time, it's like, but you're missing so much context that you're wrong. If you understand what I mean.
I understand pretty much what you're saying. I think what the big thing is that some people went in and didn't like the movie. Other people did like the movie, but I think that what Fallen Kingdom like actually does is, if we're talking about just from a narrative perspective, it starts off very similar to the Lost World. Like, and it almost makes you feel, because, you know, you got to go meet your Hammond character, which is Norman Atherton / Benjamin.
Yeah, well,
Lockwood.
this is the thing. This is, again, it's what a good sequel does. So, like, it does the same sort of thing as you've seen before, does it under completely different context. So, like, you can look at Malcolm going to visit Hammond in his, like, estate with the butler coming to the door, and then see Claire going to see, you know, Iris, and Iris answers the door. You know, you're being summoned. That kind of thing. So that sort of thing plays out the same, but the context is completely different.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of
different
things in
how all the best sequels, like I mentioned, Terminator 2, Aliens.
Well, you also have to remember.
There's other one.
You also have to remember that not everybody likes Lost World, sadly.
That is true. That is true. Well, okay, let me break down Lost World. Lost World is just a remake of Jurassic Park.
They are surprisingly similar.
Oh, and I can tell you why, Clayton. You know, about an hour into the film, there's rain. There's a T-Rex knocking a vehicle onto a roof and knocking it over a cliff, and people dangling off a rope over that cliff as the thing falls and nearly hits them.
Right. Well, there's also don't forget the moment where they rip off Jurassic Park by having the T-Rex's eye go like down to where Eddie Carr's looking at, just like it did. I know.
Or
the part where Eddie Carr ties the rope to the stump, just like Dennis Nedry ties the winch to like the tree to get out. Like,
I know, right? It's just a remake. It's just a complete.
But here's where I think. Because, while I can see how some people may be like, "Hey, Fallen Kingdom's too similar to Lost World." I don't agree with that at all.
I don't agree with it at all, and I don't agree Lost World is similar to Jurassic Park. Only in visuals, certain things, but the context is so different that it's like it's a different movie.
They're all pretty similar to one another, apart from the actual plot. Like when you get down to, I'll give you a really good example. Every Jurassic Park movie. Yes, I believe the first Jurassic World is included. Wait, hold on a minute. Oh, nope, that's right. All of them have a scene where the dinosaurs attack somebody in the rain. Now, it's not in a narratively similar thing to anything, but you've got Fallen Kingdom, the T-Rex pushing the car out of the way, trying to get to the guy that's jumping on the helicopter. Lost World, you've got the trailers going over the cliff. Jurassic Park, you've got the T-Rex main run breakout. Spinosaurus attack in JP3, where Paul Kirby's going like, I'm on a crane. And, Jurassic World would have been the battle between the T-Rex and Indominus. Although, was it raining then, or did it like just stop raining?
Oh, so there's a deleted scene in Jurassic World where like Gray and Zach are walking through. They're coming back through the restricted area into the Gyrosphere Valley, and that's just before they're going to the visitor center.
Okay.
And like, and you hear in the deleted scene, you hear thunder in the background. And there was in the original script, there was like, you know, rain in that.
It's probably supposed to take place in the rain.
That portion, but it was like rain during the day, kind of like in the Lost World. You know how like they're walking through the night and then it's like raining and then it's not raining in the next scene. It's like a small shower or whatever.
But I think that was to indicate that like time has passed or something.
Yeah, but they cut that, so like the floor's just wet in Jurassic World. But then the thing is, like, you look at it this way: between just before that you meet Owen and Claire and Gray and Zach are going to see Hoskins before Owen punches him. There's like that. There's a time gap there. There's like a cut.
There's a long time gap. Yeah, it's kind of similar to like
some things have happened.
Alan Grant spending all night in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just cut away when they sleep.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so I always just imagine that, like.
I don't personally think it's similar to. I don't personally think Fallen Kingdom's a like identical movie to Lost World. Although
no. See, don't get me wrong. It's like I just don't understand where people come from when they say, "Oh, it's just a remake of Lost World." It's like, what are you even talking about?
There's pretty different stuff in there. If you're talking about like a straight remake, the intention was obviously to like be familiar, but it's
being familiar is very different than being the same. You know?
Well, okay, I'll give you an example of a movie that was identical. Well, no, that's not true either. I was about to say Rocky 2. I'm a massive Rocky fan, by the way. I love all those movies.
I need to rewatch that.
Except Rocky 5, sadly. One thing I do want to talk with you about is actually dinosaur designs, now that we're back on Allosaurus right here.
Yeah.
What movie do you think had the greatest dinosaur designs?
Oh God, if I had to pick one movie.
Yeah, which Jurassic Park movie do you think had the best dinosaur designs?
Probably the original.
What do you guys think? In the chat, I want to hear.
I'm probably getting original. Mainly, that's the go-to answer, just because it was
the first one, right?
And it was the one that I was like, "Whoa, look at these designs. These look like seeing that T-Rex design for the first time." It was like, ugh. Like Crash McCreary and Stan Winston just nailed making that T-Rex look so unique.
Yeah,
and memorable. But then don't get me wrong, I do love the other movies for their designs. I even love Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, a lot of people are saying JP3.
Except for the Brachiosaurus.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people are saying Jurassic Park 3 is their favorite with dinosaur designs.
Yeah, honestly, don't underestimate it. Those raptors are so popular. And
oh yeah, well, okay. Let's talk about the raptor designs real quick then. For me, I'll let you go like second, but for me, when it comes to raptors, my favorite looking raptors are the tiger stripe males from Lost World. Second is the females from Jurassic Park 1. Third is Delta from Jurassic World. Fourth is Blue. Next up is the males from Jurassic Park 3. Ooh. After that, I will go with Charlie, then Echo. And after that, I'll go with the females from the Lost World Jurassic Park, which do look different. They have like a bluish striping. And then
the females from the Lost World.
Yeah, they look a little bit different than the males. And,
yeah, they're underrated in my opinion.
Well, they're towards the bottom of my list. Sorry.
no, I mean like not underrated. That was the to use. We should say underrated.
Unknown.
Like, yeah, not many people talk about them.
And finally, my least favorite raptor in the whole series is the female from JP3. So while the male makes like towards the top of the list for me, like the one with the quills on its head, the female for me is like my least favorite. It's actually my least favorite dinosaur design, except for Allosaurus.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. I just think if they used this in the movie, it would have been like 10 times cooler.
You talking about the Deinonychus?
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm talking about the Allosaurus. If they had was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm looking. At 30 seconds later. Okay.
Yeah, because to me, when you get the Lost World, it's got my favorite raptors, my favorite T-Rex design with the male. The Pachycephalosaurs were introduced, along with the different variation of the paras. I've got a lot of paras in here, by the way. Check out this blue color scheme. Those are cool-looking dinosaurs. Now, apparently my gyrosphere can't get anywhere because these guys are blocking it. So...
Look at it. Can you see them herding?
Are they herding? I can't tell.
They're the sauropods. They're all, like, standing next to each other. They're all, like...
Oh, yeah.
They're grouped together. They don't spread out as they used to. They used to just wander about all over the place, but now they sort of stick together.
And then, like...
And I think you get, like, a leader. You get, like, a herd leader.
Yeah, they get an alpha, too. One of the Ceratosaurs was the alpha of the group. See, like, with this Parasaurolophus, like, obviously Lost World inspired. Lost World, to me, had the best dinosaur designs. Followed by Jurassic Park. Followed by Fallen Kingdom. And maybe... I gotta say, I think Jurassic World was the one that had the worst dinosaur designs. Not worst as in, like, horrible. But, like, worst as in, like... They only introduced Apatosaurus, Dimorphodon, Indominus Rex, if we count it, even though it wasn't like a real dinosaur. Did they introduce anything
Mosasaurus.
Else? Oh, damn. Yeah, but Mosasaurus was awesome. But they're my least favorite.
And each raptor was different.
Yeah, I like the raptor designs, but they're my least favorite Pteranodon designs as well.
See, I am a sucker for the Jurassic Pteranodon. I know they're like, people don't like them very much in terms of when you compare them to the other Pteranodons.
Right, yeah.
I have a soft spot for them because I think their mouths are so hideous. They look like baby birds.
Yeah.
They look wet and slimy, and it's like, ugh, I wouldn't want to be like touched by that thing.
To me,
it's just the way they look. They look, because you see them diving underwater. We wrote this on the DPG website, that the fact that they dive, they're like designed to live near the ocean because you see them dive into the water so naturally. So if you look at the JP3 Pteranodon, that one did not look home in the water. It's like, but the Jurassic World ones definitely did. They're like more sleeker and more wet looking, and it's like I think there's something to the Jurassic World Pteranodons, but what people forget is the blue Pteranodons in Jurassic World. No one tends to talk about those.
I like the blue ones better than the red ones. You don't really see them
slightly
outside
bigger
the movie.
as well, I believe.
Oh, I did not know that. Is there sexual dimorphism between the two?
I believe so. Well, the thing is, the female Pteranodons in real life have the stubbier head crest. So whether there's like Wu's been genetically engineering them to have like.
Oh yeah, to fit the yeah.
Yeah, they're like, maybe they're all female, but he like tweak the colors of some of them.
I would definitely. Well, these guys are hurting right now. I would definitely believe that there's a ton of fans for the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodons. But my favorite is the one from The Lost World. I know he's only in the movie for like 5 seconds, but it's
yeah,
oh,
it's
it
definitely
looks so good. It looks like a real animal.
Mm.
But yeah, and let's see. This T-Rex is really in the bushes right now. When it comes to other dinosaurs, like let's say other ones introduced by Fallen Kingdom. Oh, Spinosaurus is ready. Hold that thought. Whoa, check this Spino out. It's like a camo extreme variant.
I'm still looking at your T-Rex. Oh, you're about to release it. There it is. Nice.
Thing looks awesome.
An Antarctic version.
Setting additional task.
Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus Camo Extreme.
Yeah, that's another thing that I want to see in a new movie is Spinosaurus. I want to see Spino in anything.
It's funny because Spino, like, it's got such a following. It's insane. I love it.
Yeah, apparently, you know, most of the big bads have like a good following. Spino, T-Rex, the bull T-Rex specifically, along with the female from the original, Rexy or whatever you want to call her.
But yeah, she'll have the biggest. there's no doubt about that.
Right, yeah. But for and obviously Indominus Rex and Indoraptor. Indoraptor was pretty cool. The way J.O. Bona filmed it, that's like the best looking, I think, direction that you could possibly give releasing those dinosaurs like in a mansion.
Yeah. I really loved seeing the sort of different personality that the Indoraptor had.
Yeah, I like that.
I was afraid because obviously I didn't know exactly how it was going to act on screen. I knew a few things beforehand, but like, but seeing it in the final one, I was worried it was just two, like, but it wasn't. Like, it had its own unique characteristics and stuff.
I love how they gave it the quills like the male raptors had in JP3, and I also love how they made it. It's got a really iconic looking face, almost like a freaking horror movie skull. And I'm all about.
Well, it's like the baby Godzillas in G98, but like bit. Maybe a little bit more.
A little bit more cool.
A little bit more cooler, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about making the scarier and like more, just more.
Velociraptors of Skyrim says the Indominus Rex had.
The Indominus Rex had what?
Quills too.
Yes, it did, and
and on its arm.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember a lot of conversations talking about how it was probably going to be like feathers back in the day. Did they trank that guy yet? They did. All right, so let's move him back into a proper enclosure. Let's check on the stegosaurs while we're at it. Yeah, but going back to like dinosaur designs.
In Fallen Kingdom you were mentioning.
Oh, yeah. Sinoceratops, really cool. Love the color scheme. I know it's not accurate because of the stuff that was going on with Pachyrhinosaurus and it's got holes in its frill. I don't care. Dilophosaurus is the most inaccurate dinosaur that we've ever seen. Sino's pretty cool. Carnotaurus, awesome. I love the demon variant, and I love the normal brown variant. That's one of my favorite designs actually in the entire franchise. Now, Allosaurus, as I've said, that's my least favorite design in the entire franchise. I'm
so surprised you put that above the Jurassic. Or you put that below the Jurassic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, dude, I hate those Jasper free Brachiosaurus.
Oh, I don't like them either. They're towards the end too, but I mean, Jurassic Park.
You can't be mean to the juvenile Allosaurus.
Yes, you can. I'm not mean to it. I'm not being mean to it. I'm just saying. I don't hate any of the dinosaur designs.
No, I know. Yeah.
To me, the Allosaurus in Fallen Kingdom was definitely my least favorite. But the Carnotaurus is one of my favorites out of the entire series. I like Sinoceratops. At first, I didn't really care for Baryonyx. But once you actually, like when I have to freeze frame stuff and I have to take a thumbnail, you know, for like the stuff I do on YouTube, I start to look at it a little bit differently, and honestly, Baryonyx doesn't look that bad.
Oh, if I'm honest, if I'm 100% honest, I think Baryonyx might be my favorite.
Out of the new ones?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I know that's sort of an unpopular because a lot of people don't really.
Oh, a lot of people hate
when you do
the way it
this.
looks. Yeah.
Yeah, because they say it's like too crocodilian. To me, it's like I really love that because it's almost showing that went into creating it. It's
right.
Like,
yeah.
It's like showing that they had to blend it with sort of crocodile genes to kind of get it to work. And I do love that it looks so distinctively different to it. Basically, let's put it this way, right? Mm-hmm. Why I absolutely love, and this goes for the Carnotaurus too. The Carnotaurus and the Baryonyx to me look like old Jurassic Park designs. Like they look like
the Baryonyx does a lot. Carnotaurus looks like paleontologically accurate for the most part.
Well, let me just say this, right? And everyone in the chat and anyone watching this thing, obviously, if you know that I work on the Jurassic stuff, this is no way me endorsing this theory. This is not official or anything.
Okay.
But like, I like to think of the Baryonyx that comes into Fallen Kingdom as one of the OGs from like the original park.
I've heard a few people
from
say that
Sauna.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like because it looks old. It looks tattered and that.
Right.
Yeah. So like obviously there's no way of officially a thing at this time. But like yes, that's just the way I like to think of it. And same for the Carnotaurus that fights the T-Rex for Mills at the end of the film. I look at that and I'm like, that just looks like a really old.
I love that
Carnotaurus.
Carno. Yeah, that Carno's awesome.
Yeah, right. And like so I really love the Baryonyx design. It's got the blue down its eyes, which is kind of a nod to like the old Jurassic World website.
I'll tell you what, probably the coolest or the least talked about that I think is the coolest in terms of like actual dinosaur designs. I actually really like the Stygimoloch.
Oh yeah, Stiggy's great.
All right, we're taking this thing off-road. Don't you guys want the full Jurassic World experience? I need to rewatch Jurassic World. I haven't seen it since my sister came over and she watched it for the first time.
There you go. So like the Apple Gentleman says, the thing with Fallen Kingdom does see characteristics from other animals, like the goat's eye and in the Stygimoloch.
You cut out a little bit there. I couldn't hear you completely.
Oh, sorry. Saying the Apple Gentleman says the thing with Fallen Kingdom's designs is that you can see characteristics of other animals, like the goat's eye and Stygimoloch.
I love that close-up of the Stygimoloch. It looks like a real animal. Like there's, especially the color designs feel like they could have been from Lost World. That reddish brown, and it also doesn't have that bad of a. Its skull is unusually not that badly shrink-wrapped compared to like every other dinosaur in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Just, to me, it looks good. Now I know, like, there's the whole thing about Stygimoloch's a Pachycephalosaurus, which is
I'd strongly suggest you consider
true.
taking
Personally,
this
I don't think there's any way that it's not. Same with Draco Rex, really. But
yeah.
I really do like the design of that dinosaur, probably more so than I do of the Pachy, to be honest with you.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the Stygimoloch just looks too good. And I like the Pachycephalosaurus. It's one of the reasons I really like the designs in Lost World. But
the thing is, like, the Pachycephalosaurus, we've seen one adult in the film series, and that was Tranked in Jurassic World.
Yeah, and we saw the little one in Lost World.
Yeah, so we haven't really, like, seen it properly in its fully fledged form.
Right.
Not properly, though. But, yeah.
What would you say is the least good design out of the entire series?
Out of the entire series?
Yeah, out of the entire series.
I've already said it. The Jurassic Park 3 bracket.
That's your like legit. That's the worst one.
Ugh, yeah, I just remembered.
I know Al from Dangerville hates that one too. He does not like red Brachiosaurus. He said it looks like a monster.
Well, the thing is, I've got the Jurassic Park 3 right now, and I'm looking at it, and the Brachiosaurus looks great on it. Like the color scheme looks interesting and that, but when you see it in the film, it's the animation I think is too wibbly, and they also like I don't know. It's just the way they walk up and they roar into the camera. It just does not look appealing at all.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and I just think like when you, I know what they were trying to go for. It was the sexual dimorphism between the Brachiosauruses, but at the same time, it was like it was too over the top in a way. It was like, do you?
I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's just one of those things where it's like didn't need to be. They looked too fat, and I just didn't like them. And what was more annoying, I think, you've got a twister, man.
Yeah.
I think what was more annoying, and I hope people in the chat I hope there's some people who kind of agree with me here, to the extent that they understand what I'm about to say. But I don't remember seeing any female Brachiosauruses in Jurassic Park 3, so it was like really irritating just to see all these males. I need to go back and check, but I swear that's one of the main...
Yeah, there might be. One of the reasons I don't like it, every time I think about that scene where they're like flying overhead, and you see like all those copy and paste dinosaurs that are like walking in the stampede, they just don't look real to me. I'll tell you what though, with Jurassic Park 3, some of the best designs in the series are in there, like Spinosaurus and Ceratosaurus.
Yep, definitely, and Pteranodon.
Yeah,
and even the Ankylosaurus. I'd give the Ankylosaurus.
I prefer the Ankylosaurus in Jurassic World, but I do like the one in JP.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I prefer the one in Jurassic World, but the one in Jurassic Park 3 I think is really good. And there's a debate to be had where the ones in Jurassic Park 3 are male and the ones you see in Jurassic World are the females.
That would be interesting.
We have the red heads.
Yeah.
But just a shout out right now to the Compsognathus.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
It's my second favorite design in the entire franchise.
Oh really? I did not know that.
Oh yeah, like after the T-Rex, like the Compsognathus is my favorite dinosaur, Jurassic Park dinosaur.
Compsognathus is one of my top 5. Or I'm sorry, not top 5, probably top 10.
The idea of these like little land piranhas is just so cool, and the way they act and the way they've made them come alive in the movies, they just appeal to me so much. The idea of having a dinosaur like towers above you is what makes dinosaurs interesting, but there was a way of making dinosaurs that were tiny, that was like they nailed it the opposite end, if you know what I mean. It was like they went from one extreme to the other, and the interest was still there.
I agree with you. Yeah, the thing about the Compsognathus that made it so cool, I think I can speak about this for a lot of different people. We initially thought that it did kill Kathy in the Lost World. I didn't know for the longest time that it was, she made it. So things are going bad. All the dinosaurs are breaking out. Hell's breaking loose. It wouldn't be a Clayton Ferretti Jurassic World evolution experience without it. Dead dinosaur. What's going on? Dilophosaurus, what are you doing, man? Stay in your paddock.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. Banished to Lotus asks, so what gender do you think the Spinosaurus is in Jurassic Park 3?
Are you asking me? Or
Yeah, I'm asking you. I'm not going to answer this one. And if it had a mating partner created with it?
I don't think it had a partner created with it, but I think it was a male.
Ooh, interesting.
It's probably a female, but I don't know. There's
I love that answer. I think it's probably a female.
I mean, Jurassic Park dinosaurs, you immediately assume, okay, they're just all females. But I'll be honest with you, man. Like, with the Spinosaurus, what I initially thought would happen with Fallen Kingdom is they were going to explain that it was a male because, like, the Indoraptor was a male because they wanted a more aggressive animal. We've seen the aggression of a male T-Rex when it's looking for its young. We've seen the scars on its face from battle. There's something that just tells me that the Spinosaurus, being something that could take out that T-Rex, and not only take out the T-Rex, but actively go out and look for, like, rivals, like what Eric Kirby says happens, it's probably a male. But it could be a female that's just really angry at the world. Who knows? I do love the Spinosaurus. I used to hate it. Some of my early videos, I actually talked about how terrible Spinosaurus was. I was very...
That might be more, I relate. I used to not really like... I used to like the Spinosaurus because I had the toy and stuff when I was a kid. And I did like the movie, in the movie, but there was some shots of like the animatronic where I was like, yeesh.
Right, but there's also some
like,
stuff...
my god. But then over time grown to love it.
I think one of the reasons so many people are fans of it is just because it's such a unique animal, and also because it's legitimately a good design. Like it might not be 100% accurate, but to be honest with you, we have no idea what's accurate for the Spinosaurus. Like, we change that like every year. Who's gonna win, guys? Deinonychus or Dilophosaurus?
And again, you know, they're genetically engineered, so.
Right. Yeah.
That's like, it sounds like such a cop out, but at the same time.
Well, it's true. It's a plot point of the film.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean.
I'll say this in terms of dinosaur designs. One of my favorite dinosaur designs in the entire franchise is the Deinonychus in this game.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you.
Specifically the red ones.
I think it looks really cool, but you already know. Everybody knows my feelings on that. Like, they need to call the Velociraptors Deinonychus. It just has to happen. Or I'm sorry, call them Velociraptor Anteropus, please. Oh God, it's in the novel. You don't have to pretend like they're Mongoliensis. That's one of the things I hated about the in everything. In every
I've got a bit of news to break to you, man.
What's that?
And I'm going to confirm this when I get the Blu-ray, but I think there's a shot in Fallen Kingdom that sort of says Mongoliensis.
Fuck.
And I've heard you.
All right, I'm calling for a George Lucas style special edition on Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. What we're going to do is we're going to fix the map. We're going to call it Anteropus.
But I've got to confirm it. I remember cinema, and I was like, was that what I think it is? And then I was thinking, Clayton's not gonna like that.
No, I'm not. Seriously though, what?
All you have to do is blame the characters of that world. Maybe they just wrote it in wrong. The Luxstart donated $199 and says, "What are your guys' favorite skins in the game?"
Hey, thanks, Luxter. I really appreciate that. Well, okay. While we're talking about it, one of my favorite skins automatically that I just saw for like the first time today. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh no, the Carcharodontosaurus broke into the T-Rex paddock. I was going to show you the T-Rex. These guys are going to fight and I'm going to let them. This is my favorite skin so far, apart from the red Deinonychus, like you said, Jack.
Oh, that's mine. The red Deinonychus.
Alright, so the Carchar and T-Rex, I'm going to let them fight. I'm going to let them fight. You know what's going to happen. T-Rex, this is your kingdom. Show them who's boss. Meanwhile, I better fix that.
Obviously, in terms of films, as I've mentioned, the favorite design is T-Rex. For me, there's no getting around it. And it's like maybe like an overplayed record where like people are like, oh, of course it's that. But it's like, but what they did in designing that head sculpt, like it just speaks for itself. How iconic that look is.
Someone needs to tell Frontier to stop having the park worker or park guests run into the paddock. Alright guys, place your bets. T-Rex or Carcharodontosaurus? Come on, T-Rex. You look like the bull. Take him out.
What are their health? What are they on?
T-Rex is on 71. Uh-oh, T-Rex is on 43. Meanwhile,
oh, no.
He's on 62. Don't let it happen, T-Rex. Come on, T-Rex. Oh, the damage looks so great.
Oh yeah, they added like all the cuts and bruises and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah. Come on, Rex. Get him. Ooh. Oh, that Carchar is hurt. He's on 24. Oh, and the Carchar retreats.
Oh, did they give up?
The Carcharodontosaurus. Yeah.
Lee Howell or Haley-Well donated £5 or $4.99.
Thanks,
says,
Lee.
What is one? And this is something you're going to answer, Clayton. I can't answer this. He says, "What is one plot point you'd like to see in a future Jurassic World film?"
Ooh. Okay.
I'm sorry, dude. It's off limits.
Yeah, I'll talk about it. No worries.
Yeah, dude.
One plot point I want to see, just as a fan. Interesting question. I don't want to just say that I want to see Henry Wu die like he did in the novel, because like that's not a plot point necessarily. But I will say that I guess what I'd really like to see is an acknowledgement of the ecosystems being hurt by these invasive species. I'd like for them to treat that actually really serious, because if we look at the timeline in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom to like the end of the movie, obviously there's time that's passed. You have Owen and Claire leave the Lockwood estate, and you've pretty much got all the dinosaurs breaking free and going everywhere. So one can assume that as soon as they got out of the Lockwood estate, they went immediately to the authorities and told them, hey, there's dinosaurs loose. But who in the hell...
And it was this little girl, and they throw her at the feet of the police.
Who's going to believe them that like a bunch of dinosaurs got loose and started to like kill people on the mainland? They wouldn't even know. I mean, they wouldn't know until they have photographic evidence. And the dinosaurs went into the woods and shit. So, and there's no real record of how many dinosaurs got lost. So it's going to be kind of difficult. I can imagine in Congress in the United States if someone's like, all right, we need to send someone out to kill all the dinosaurs, like a, you know, special unit of people. The weird thing is, how are we going to know like how many are actually out there, and how are we going to have like a definite number on like when to go home, like that we've cleared them all out? Because I can tell you already, you're not going to get all the copies. The T-Rex would be easy to kill, but I have a feeling that they're not going to kill the T-Rex specifically because it's the T-Rex. And also,
I'll say one thing.
Right.
You got to keep in mind that Owen and Claire, do they know the full manifesto of what was at Lockwood?
I would imagine not. I mean, even though eventually they'd have to raid the Lockwood estate when like bills don't get paid somewhere to investors, or when they find dinosaurs, you know, they'd have to be like, okay, we better go check it. And they're probably going to find the Indoraptor body unless Wu or somebody else moves it. And they're more than likely going to then treat it seriously. But even after that, like at the end of Fallen Kingdom, they figured out that there's dinosaurs loose, right? Because Malcolm's saying like we're going to have to adjust to new things and threats around the planet. And he recites Michael Crichton dialogue from the novel. My whole thing is like, I want to see a plot point actually address the seriousness of invasive species. Like it was talked about in Jurassic Park, the novel, where like Martin Gutierrez is like, they went into the jungle and they're like, how are we going to deal with them?
Yeah.
He talks about how the biting of the babies has stopped, but what he doesn't talk about is like, what else is out there? Because we don't truly know. Richard Levine and Malcolm had this big list of what they called aberrant forms, which were dinosaurs that were washing up or being sighted on the mainland, and nobody could prove like what dinosaur it was. It was really hard to manage in the novel. So my whole thing would be like, I want to see a plot point.
Got something new for you to look at.
People paranoid and like, oh god, maybe not necessarily paranoid, but like, I want to see an acknowledgement of, oh man, these dinosaurs are just, they're everywhere, and they're killing, like, these deer have gone extinct. These animals have been killing cats and dogs in neighborhoods. That's what I want to see, is not necessarily to the T, but an acknowledgement of the seriousness of that breakout. I think that'd be interesting. I think that'd be a very interesting thing to explore, because things aren't going to be normal with dinosaurs all over the planet. But sorry for such a long-winded answer.
Hey, dude, I was listening. I was like, this is good talk.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go try to heal that car. All right, and I'm pretty sure it's paddock. I get lost sometimes on the way. I'm pretty sure it's over here somewhere. Does anyone have any more questions? And I'll probably take a few more and call it a day.
Get your questions in now, ladies and gentlemen. Get your questions in now.
I'd love to hear what other people have in mind for the movie, what they'd like to see. Oh, we are coming in. I can't drive.
If you pop a wheelie, I think in that car you unlock the tube.
I unlocked the JP Jeep, but then it like crashed.
Oh, what, the game crashed?
Yes, and it didn't save. That was like months ago.
Tim Urban says, didn't the dinosaurs have trackers? Yes, but only on Itanuba.
Yeah, they were going... What was that? Track tower or whatever that they were supposed to...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's underneath
That's
a bunch of volcanic ash now. Probably lava. Well, this guy's like dodging...
Get your trespasser shooting skills out, Clay.
Oh, God. Dinosaurs dead. 3 dinosaurs broke out again. Let me guess. Something to do with something over here.
Acknowledging asset collection.
Brandon Lade donates $10 and
thanks,
says,
man.
This channel has been amazing. I really appreciate all of the love and enthusiasm. Jurassic Park. I never would have imagined all this Jurassic Park content back in the days of Jurassic Park forums on IMDb and Yahoo and such.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I try to make sure that every sort of fan is satiated, because I know that there's, you know, we all have different opinions. I don't want to be that guy that just hammers home like, I hate Jurassic Park 3. Because, I mean, number one, it's not really true anymore, even though I don't think it's a good movie. I mean, what is me bitching about it going to change? I mean, that's not going to fix the T-Rex getting killed nearly 20 years ago. But yeah, man, like, I appreciate that. I'm really happy to talk about the novels whenever I get the chance, because it's something
I really appreciate the way you go into the novels. It's like one of the aspects of the franchise that so many people overlook, and that's like a lot of the stuff that comes out in the newer films and stuff. Like, you've got to we mine the novels, so you go back to the source. Michael Crichton is like where it all began. Yeah, and that's never going to change, you know. Right. I just want to say thank you as well to Brandon Lade, just because, like, he says, I never would imagine all this JP content back in the days of JP forums on IMDb and Yahoo and such. I agree, and I'm glad that you're happy with all the new content and stuff, like, out there in the world.
I'm through the moon that they've been adding and stuff from the Crichton universe. Let's see. Gaming Night asks, what's your favorite part of the original Jurassic Park novel? I've talked about it before. It kind of fluctuates, to be honest with you. This is never set in stone. But right now, my favorite part, if I had to pick one, it would definitely be where all of the velociraptors run out on the beach and Grant learns that they're migrating, and that they've been migrating off of the island for a while. That is such a... because it's not treated scary, but when you take a step back and think about what you read, it's a little shocking. So it's kind of... it kind of makes you feel... That's the type of Jurassic Park thing that I really appreciate, is just... we have no idea what we're doing. Like, no idea at all, in terms of...
I thought your favourite scene was the book, the book, what am I talking about? The river sequence.
Yeah, that's another top one. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, it's never set in stone. That one's probably second at the moment. Probably will be number one tomorrow. But, yeah, I really do like everything to do with the raptors in the book, as well as the...
Yeah, I think my favourite part in the book is the raptors attacking the visitor centre and, like, climbing all over Hammond's
Malcolm's dying inside. Yeah, that's pretty
cool. And it's just like, but the tension and the fear in that whole sequence is just like Muldoon's hiding in a pipe, and
don't forget Henry Wu gets yanked out the door and killed.
Yeah. And Ray Arnold's going down into that deep dark, like, you know, power shit. It's just like, I love that whole... so... like, it's creepy awesome. And tense.
We've got King Cobra 19 says, do you think Nedry deserved his death in the novel? It's hard for me to ever say that anybody deserves a death. I don't think Gollum deserved to die in Lord of the Rings. So I'll be honest with you, Nedry is responsible for everyone's death in that... Look at this woman jogging in the T-Rex paddock. Yeah, I guess she doesn't...
You're about to say Nedry's responsible for everyone's death in Jurassic Park, Clayton.
I know you're going to say Wu.
No, I'm going to say Hammond, because he didn't pay Nedry enough.
Yeah,
He was totally unappreciated in his time.
I definitely think that he had a tiny bit of motivation, but there's no way in hell if that was me I would ever like shut down the fences. My God. So yeah, I don't think he deserved his death, but I don't really think anybody deserves their death in Jurassic Park unless you're Eli Mills. Then you deserve it.
No,
He's probably one of the most serious villains, like out of everything.
He's the number one biggest villain franchise.
He actually murders somebody. And then like Ken Wheatley actually attempted to murder somebody too. All right, so let's see. Cade Davis asks, Clayton, do you like the Lost World book? Yeah, I like it. I had a couple of issues with it, specifically surrounding like some of the character decisions that are made in the book that I talked about a while ago. I do like the book. I don't want anybody to get the opinion that I don't like it. If I didn't like it, then I wouldn't be talking about it so often. I have grown to like it even more though since I did that analysis review. I'll say that. But yeah, I like the book quite a bit actually. I'd still prefer the movie, but that's just me. The movie version of The Lost World I think is just a bit more exciting and more.
I don't know if I can toss up which is my favorite out of the books though.
Oh really?
But bear in mind I've read The Lost World once.
I've read it quite a few times.
And then I've listened to an audio book. I need to reread it. It's been a while, but I remember really liking the Lost World book when I was younger, and then it was like I couldn't pick, so that still lingers. But I've since read Jurassic Park, so
dude, JP1 is such a great book. Okay, so I've got Nathaniel87 asking, am I the only one who wants a debate scene in Jurassic World 3 featuring Owen, Claire, Grant, Ellie, and Malcolm equivalent to the lunch scene in Jurassic Park? I missed some decent dialogue. I agree with you. I would love a debate scene like that. Or not necessarily a debate scene, but kind of like a scene where they acknowledge what's happened through the past 6 films. Particularly between Alan, Grant, and Owen. You can do a lot with that, in my opinion. And I think a lot of fans would like to see that. So, and then we've got... Jurassic Game says, I almost cried when John Hammond died in the book. And I think I know where you're coming from, because if you've seen the movie, you feel bad for Hammond, because Hammond is like a nice grandpa figure. But yeah,
it's like Santa being ripped to shreds by compies. Merry Christmas, everyone.
It's so cool though, like the way that he just fades out and dies. You know, it's really interesting. Jacob Arnold asks, Clayton, is Mills similar to novel Hammond and novel Dodson? He's definitely similar to novel Dodson.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
Because remember now, in the Lost World novel, Dodson attempts to murder Sarah Harding. Like, he throws her over the edge, right? Throws her over the edge of the boat. But, see, Mills... Obviously, Mills he's like a combination... Here's my opinion. Take Peter Ludlow from the Lost World Jurassic Park movie and combine Lewis Dodson with the Lost World novel, and you get Eli Mills.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I agree. Let's see. We've got Admiral Zhao saying, "Do you want?" Oh, chat went up. Do you want to see a scene like the Bite of the Raptor chapter in Jurassic Park novel and Jurassic World 3? Are you talking about the intro Jurassic Park where they show like El Raptor, where he's like being carried away by Ed Regis? That'd be awesome. Or you'll paint her as an evil person. Whatever. Jurassic Room says, guys, what is your favorite new kaiju design from King of the Monsters?
Can I answer this one?
I didn't know you'd seen any of the designs. I thought you were staying away from it. But
well,
yeah,
that's it. I
ahead.
haven't seen any of the design.
Oh, okay.
I've stayed away from it. I haven't seen the trailer. So I have no idea. Like, I know what Godzilla looks like, obviously. So at the moment, it has to be Godzilla.
My answer is King Ghidorah, but that's just me. Okay, so let's see. We've got Optimus Prime says the T-Rex Mills deserve to be eaten. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anybody deserves a death, but yeah, Mills. When you murder somebody in cold blood just to like get more profit and advance like that human clone thing, that's, dude, you're bad, man. You're a bad person. I recently rewatched the death, by the way, of Eli Mills. It's surprisingly brutal. Like, you don't think about it until like you actually sit down and watch it again. And you're like, that was kind of dark. Like the way he gets ripped in half and his leg gets eaten by like the compies, and then the Carnotaurus is like munching on him as well. A little mean, but he's a mean guy.
Eating by 3 dinosaurs at the same time.
One of my favorite deaths from that movie is Wheatley.
Collecting assets.
Such a good death.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got... Oh, I have a donation from Chase Peters. Thanks, man. $5. Really appreciate that. Do you think an opposing genetics company could create a Eutyrannus or Spino as a counter to InGen's Rex using dinos to fight dinos in Jurassic World 3? Yes, I think that would be cool. Whether or not they do it, I don't know. That was initially what I thought would happen in Fallen Kingdom, was that they'd be kind of like pit against each other. But yeah,
wasn't that like the original? Wasn't that in the?
It was in Lost World. In the Lost World novel, Dodson talks about it briefly, a lot, which is
creating dinosaurs to fight dinosaurs.
It's incorporated into Mill's dialogue. Speaking of him, where he's like talking about sport hunting and stuff, agricultural reasons. But yeah, Jacob Arnold asks again, hey Clayton Furidi, did you see the new Jurassic World 3 production news? Apparently Universal's looking for actors to play a dinosaur hunter named Zane Maxon and an unnamed female DPG character. I don't know if that's true. What I'm going to recommend is that stay away from that, because there's a lot of people that have been trying to scam people by saying that there's that there's Jurassic World 3 casting underway. I don't know if that's true or not, but I did. Wasn't there someone trying to scam people like a couple of months ago?
I saw a couple of scams of people saying they had the plot and they were like distributing this, like, this is the plot for the new film.
I saw.
Honestly, it was completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Well, I'm glad it's wrong. That was bad. But there was. I remember Colin Trevorrow talked about that. That he's like, no, we haven't even finished writing it. No one's casting. And it was someone trying to say like, hey, give us your credit card information, and then you'll be in the movie.
Just avoid anything like that.
Yeah, so I don't think that that's necessarily something that...
The best thing to do, right, in this interim between movies, and this is coming from someone who works on the films, right? Mm-hmm. Best thing you can do is watch Clayton Fioriti's videos. I personally endorse this guy's channel. You just watch this guy's video.
I don't know about that. But thanks for the kind words.
Or Pteranodon or Dino Defenders when it's finally released. Watch that. You know, keep that going. That'll keep you going.
Anthony, this is funny. Anthony Siciliano says, if Adolf Hitler, Saddam Hussein, Kim Jong-un, Osama bin Laden, and Joseph Stalin were in a Jurassic movie, would their deaths by dinosaurs satisfy you? That sounds like a cartoon. I'm just remembering Adolf Hitler being in a Dragon Ball Z, where like...
Was he really?
Yeah, for like a brief moment. Where like Goten and Trunks, I think, beat him up. There was a weird dinosaur movie that had something like that in it from a while ago.
Oh, that was the Iron Sky.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, British Tyrannosaur just says, Jurassic World 3 leaked script. Oh my god.
Yes. That's funny.
And Never Not So Clever just donated $5 and said, would you rather see Trespasser remastered or given a sequel somewhere else in the timeline?
Ooh, now that's a really good... Okay, what do you think, Jack?
Oh, for me personally, I'd prefer a film. I'd prefer a sequel in a different time over a game.
I might be right there with you, but I'm enjoying Trespassers so much that I think it does kind of deserve a second chance.
I love a Trespasser remastered, but at the same time, I'd rather they take the idea that Trespasser brought to the table and do a completely new game, like just completely new with that sort of mindset that was behind Trespasser.
Right, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Just don't even bother to like try and do the same thing as they did, because you'll only get you'll have to work within a box. You want to have freedom, so go do something different, like set it in a different time, and then have the freedom to explore something a little bit more I'd say a little bit more interesting than someone just having a plane crash on an island.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, you can really make it interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I'm probably gonna do like 3 more questions and call it a day. Let's check on what dinosaur died. It was a para. Don't worry, we've got backup para right here. Let's see.
Just before you answer the question, I just want to say a shout out to I think one of the most underrated dinosaurs in the entire franchise. Even though, well, I say underrated. A lot of people like the design, but not many people give it credit. The Triceratops.
Yeah, I like the Triceratops.
The Triceratops. It's something about its eyes. Like the way the head is structured, but there's something about the way its eyes are shaped on its head that is different to like what you usually see in other media.
Yeah.
It's got a very realistic looking face.
I really like the original Triceratops from the first movie. Like, I mean, I know that some people are like, oh, it's not brown, it's gray because they put mud on it or whatever. Because of it. But like, we don't know any of that. Like, we don't see any of that happen in the movie. But okay, let's see. Gavin O'Gara says, my dude, can you do more videos on Crichton's other novels? Please answer, Clayton. Crichton's other novels are, interestingly, some people are up for debate on whether or not they're in the universe of Jurassic. Jack, you were talking about Next. Apparently in Next, they talk about biosin.
Oh, yeah, joke. In Next, there's like a company called Biogen, which is biosin and InGen mixed together. And then I think Biosin makes a cameo in another book of his.
I know that they talk about in Pirate Latitudes, one of the islands is Isla Matanceros.
Yeah, there's that one as well. It's like Easter eggs. It's not necessarily the same universe.
Let's see. Riley Hoffman says, what's your guys' favorite dinosaur, Jurassic Park or non-Jurassic Park? Mine is Microceratus. Mine is Tyrannosaurus Rex, which I actually recently, just today, finished doing the InGen's list video for, which is up on Patreon, so that'll be coming later on.
The InGen list video.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I saw you post that on your Patreon.
Yeah.
Let's watch after this.
Okay, and let's see. Oh, it looks like the stream cut out for some reason. That's weird.
It did. I'm still watching it live though.
I wonder what happened. Can anybody still hear me? Hello?
I'm watching you save it right now.
On the live stream?
Yeah.
Guys, can you still hear me? Say yes.
Mike Tobin says yes. Bandage Lewis says yes. Jack Mill says yes. Nerd Play says yes.
That's weird.
Yes.
Well, I was about to end it, but I guess I'm going to go ahead and call it, guys. I don't know what happened though. We're gonna have to look into that, see what's going on. Thanks for joining the stream though. It's been fun. I'll see you guys
Nedry
later.
Yeah, see you later, guys.